Hey everybody, it's Greg and it's another episode of Unbreakable. And it is Saturday, January 20th. And big show today, big show. A lot to talk about. So let's get into it. How we're going to talk about those NFL games in a little bit. I want to tell you what the days are today. Today, it's crappy day. It's cheese day or something. I hate cheese. The only thing I love about cheese is when it's on pizza. Italian food, like a lasagna or something. You know? Otherwise, yeah, you could have it. Take the cheese. Uh, Tomorrow's the day. Yes, so I won't be on the air tomorrow. But even God rested on Sundays. I'll tell you what tomorrow's dates are. Before I do that, our friend Bud is here today. Bud, you can't see him because he's down here on the floor and he's begging. Of course, number one, lead treat. There you go, buddy. Chomp chomp. Those are his lead treats. And they work for me all the way. That. All right, so tomorrow's days. I know. National Hug Day. Yes, National Hug Day. Hugs are the best, aren't they? Tomorrow. Well, don't even wait till tomorrow. You can do it today. Give somebody you love a hug. Give somebody you don't love a hug. Whatever. Just hugs. Hugs are the best, especially on a day like today. Here in Pennsylvania, it's like 22 degrees outside. The snow is blowing. Thank God it stopped snowing. But it's cold out there tonight. Oh, give somebody you love a hug. Give them a hug, especially tomorrow. And you know what? Tomorrow is also Appreciate Your Squirrel Day. Yes, appreciate your squirrel. I'm sure you have squirrels in your backyard. We do. We have tons of squirrels. And word has gotten around, within the swirly community that we have good food. Yeah, we don't toss bread out or something like that because that attracts other critters. We actually have word feeders and special food for the squirrels. I don't know. And they come and they all come from different neighborhoods here because they said the Smith household has good critter food. So we have plenty of squirrels here, but we don't eat them. Don't eat your squirrels. I know some people do, and I wouldn't ever eat a squirrel. Oh, and listen, that would be like equivalent to me eating Bud. Right, Bud? I would never. You would feed a family of four. Oh, look at me. Look, I should walk up. But anyway, so heard it was Appreciate Your Squirrel Day tomorrow. I started thinking, and I started thinking about the Beverly Hillbillies. I don't know why. Maybe because they eat squirrels. I don't know. So I had to look up some stuff about the Beverly Hillbillies. I haven't watched it in a long time because they're on all kinds of syndication TV now. You could find them on TV. They were the funniest show. When they were around, the critics hated them. They thought the hillbillies were lowbrow comedy TV, right? But the people loved them. In fact, the hillbillies were around. The Beverly Hillbillies were around for 9 seasons on CBS, and they filmed 274 episodes. And they were the number one rated show in 1962 and 1963. Think about that. You had all those westerns that were out there in the 60s, Bonanza, Gunsmoke, right? You had all these other great old TV shows that were the Beverly Hillbillies, the lowly Beverly Hillbillies, were the number one show 2 years ago. But you weren't around then, but trust me, they were funny. If you haven't seen the Hillbillies, you need to look them up. Remember that iconic song I was at the Bluesburg Fair with Holly, and we were going into one of the exhibits. I forget, going in to see the cows or pet the horses or something. And there was a guy playing a banjo sitting out front. And he always does play music. And it just so happened as we were going into the exhibit, this guy was playing the Ballad of Jed Clampett. And it was so good to hear. Doesn't I remember a lot of people know it. It's just like the Adams Family. It's so for the Jeffersons, you know. And I remember the ending. Now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his crew. For tiny drop in. You'll call back next week with this locality and have a beeping puppet of our hospitality. You'll come back now, yeah. And it was great. And the Beverly Hillbillies were on the same night later on in the 60s as Petticoat Junction and Green Acres. That was like CBS's country music, you know? And they were all great shows. We could talk about Green Acres some time. So, the only cast member who was surviving, the only original cast member is the guy who played Jethro Bodine, Max Bear Jr. His father was a heavyweight fighter, a real good fighter too. Max Bear is 86 years old, and he's living out in Nevada. And he tried to get some stuff started, like in connection with the Hillbillies, like a casino, Beverly Hillbillies themed casino, and he never took off. But he's the only one still living. Buddy Epson, the guy who played Jed Clampett, great dancer. He had the role as the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz, but then he got allergic to the silver paint they put on the silver makeup on his face. He broke out in an allergy, and they replaced him with Jack Haley Jr. Jack Haley. And Buddy Epson would have been the Tin Man. Jed Clampett. Anyway, Jed Clampett was a great character. And he died, Jed Clampett died in about 2008, I believe. Anyway, 2003. Max Bear and the girl who played Ellie Mae started up. Beautiful. They were there they were the scene in the past. Yeah. But Clampett's work. Yeah, back then, they struck oil and they lived in Missouri. Silver Dollar City, Missouri. That was the name of the town. And they struck oil. So they were convinced to move out of the hills for years on the mountains and move to Beverly Hills. Why I don't know. Why can't you be rich and stay? But anyway, show me. So they moved out to Beverly Hills, and the whole thing was they hooked up with this corrupt banker, Mr. Drysdale, and his secretary, Miss Jane. And it was all about how they tried to adapt to snobby, snooty Beverly Hills. And so that was the premise. But when they struck oil, at the time, they were worth, Jed Clampett was worth $96 million. You know what that would be equivalent to today? If Jed Clampett, he wasn't. There you go. If Jed Clampett struck oil today, Jed Clampett would be worth $766 million. Can you believe that? $750 million that same oil struck would be worth. Unbelievable. And the Beverly Hillbillies would look down on my critics and stuff. But they left us with a lot of catchphrases and familiar slogans. Not only that iconic, music, the theme song. But Dave Natl listened to a lot of things. The cement pond. The cement pond was their swimming pool. And of course, they called their food victuals. And the LA Museum was with critters. And Jed Clanton's catchphrase, whenever he something really there's something really surprising was you dogs. You dogs. When the Hillbillies were final canceled in 1971. They were canceled that year along with Petticoat Junction and Green Acres, all at the same time. And Pat Button, it's a great character actor, he used to play Mr. Haney on the Green Acres. His response that there was, he had squeaking. They canceled every CBS canceled everything with the tree, including Lassie. So the Beverly Hillbillies, hey, and their truck was a many people knows. 1921 Oldsmobile model 37. That was the truck. And the truck is still it's in some museum, California. But there are replicas. I think there's a replica down in Orlando, Disney too. Anyway, that's the Clampets and Beverly Hillbillies. Yeah, they tried to bring it back. They tried to have a hillbilly reunion in '81, and it didn't work because Irene Ryan, who played Granny, who was adopted by MD, Mountain Doctor. She had passed, and Max Baer did not want to reprise his role as Jethro because he was typecast. Now he got a lot of roles in directing. I don't know if you remember a movie called Ode to Billy Joe. Remember that song, Ode to Billy Joe? It was a hit song back in the 70s. Max Baer was one of the first people to acquire the rights to the song and film a movie. Now you've got hundreds of movies that are based on hit songs. But Max Baer was one of the first. So he directed and Ode to Billy Joe. So he was always killed first. Or go the sky. Oh, let's speak of any new things. No, the following week he wanted to be a movie post. No. So that's there they would be involved to at Wii. And then in '93, she said we tried to do a movie, all the Beverly Hillbillies, starting a bunch of ladies people, big boys. It's not the same. We tried to, that's the thing. We tried, how can you feel on perfection, right? You knew, Hillbillies movie was funny, was good, as the originals, right? You just knew. So, yeah. All right, so let's talk about that. But I've got one more for you before. Here we go, buddy. All right, let's see you talking right there a little bit. All right, so game number 1. Houston Texans taking on the Baltimore Woods at Baltimore. Well, I like the Ravens, even though they're coming off the nail. I like the Ravens because they get hurt. They're my pick to win the Super Bowl. And it's going to be really cold on today and windy for 20 degrees. I think Houston is used to playing in both. Houston's had a good season. They won the division. And CJ Stroud looks like a keeper at quarterback. But I think the Ravens win today. And they go on to the championship game. So the game tonight is the Packers at the 49ers. And I don't think the Packers are going to nail it. I think the 49ers will go to the NFC Championship game soon. But I think the 49ers start off a very slow team. They start off less than. So the Packers jump on them. You've got to jump. Got to get good. The Packers, even though last week was kind of their Super Bowl, beating this dreaded evil Cowboys and Bucks. I think the Packers play close. I anticipate maybe a 27-20 kind of a game, 27-24 San Francisco. I think the Packers keep it close. So, now tomorrow, but by the way, I heard one of these games, maybe tonight's game is going to be streaming again. If it is, I don't like Roger kicking out. What the hell? Right? We already had one stream game. Now they're going to do another one. You can't watch for free. You don't have problems. Not enough people recovered. Not enough people stayed away from the Chiefs Dolphins game. So now NBC was patting itself on the back. So they said, whoa, well, this was record breaking. Wow. You know, great job by NBC. No, so because it, even though people said, oh, I'll pick 6 bucks, that's not the you see what's happening here? These networks are going to put this on all the time. And I told you, one of these years, you're going to have to pay to watch the Super Bowl. Maybe it'll be like 1995 or something. And people will say, yeah, I could afford it. It's the Super Bowl. That's not the point. The point is that we always watch the Super Bowl for free in the things. We always watch playoff games for free in the things. Send NBC, all these networks, a message. People love football. I love football, especially now that more people are betting because of the easy access to sports books. So, and I get it. I understand it. I love football too. But sometimes you have to draw a line. If not, the networks and the big corporations like the NFL are going to keep sucking money, sucking money. So until they leave the league, until they can't get even the money from it, that's the way we are, greedy. Yeah, if the live streaming tonight, fine. I'm not good. As much as I love football, I'm not good for it. There's a bigger point than the one you. Yeah. Let's talk about tonight's games. You've got the Lions boosting the Buccaneers. Now, here's the thing. I'm surprised a lot of people are turning back. Oh, there he is, buddy. I think Tampa Bay beat the Eagles last week. I think it was more that the Eagles sucked. I think if the Eagles would have had a competitive team, it wouldn't have been so. I'm not convinced Tampa Bay is a good team. I don't think they can go to Detroit and win. Even though we know that the Lions had a big game last week, beating the Rams, and its first playoff game they've won since '93. And it was like a big Super Bowl celebration for the Lions. And emotionally, it's probably the worst step for Detroit. But it's still in Detroit. They win tomorrow. They go to the NFC Championship game. I don't think the Lions are going to lose this game. In fact, I think the Lions will handle it. The Lions have too much speed. They have too many options. They have a defense set, but Tampa Bay doesn't get to the games. So, like the Lions do. And the last game tomorrow, the Chiefs at the they get them. Maybe Buffalo, but not. Buffalo, but Canada, these fans, you know. Play it out, do Buffalo. Let's go refrigerate. I think it's supposed to stand. Let's go. Think about the bills. I don't like the bills. I looked at the bills. Go on to the Super Bowl because the fields the one. Very business. I love the years ago, 16 years. World Championship Super Bowl. And I just think Buffalo are going to be things deserving. Well, they get past Kansas City. Kansas City is the Brady Ocean. Patrick Mahomes. It's his first playoff game on the road. Patrick Mahomes as an underdog. As the feeling one something like that. As an underdog. Let's face it, the Chiefs haven't been underdogs that many times since they have Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs have been favored them. What means that Patrick Mahomes is an underdog. I just said it. Now, I love Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is going to score a touchdown tomorrow. I think it's going to be a back and forth game. And it's really going to be a heavyweight game between Mahomes and back. I think there's going to be more scoring than its teams probably. And today, the line is exposing as they used to do. And just think that we put the holes in them together. Living set. Right now, the Chiefs are moving to how can we not take it? How can we not take it? I love the Wolves, but they ended up too injured. The feeling about the Steelers doing this week, they put the Steelers in the air and let the Steelers come back again, dude, and cost the Bills. They got banged up with the one. I don't have a pick. I'm just saying, if you're giving influence with Patrick, then just I'd say Sixers won last night. They're playing against one that's Charlotte. It's 2 games. Charlotte. The agility and he loves to play against the Bulls. If you know how we're going to be able to start it. Last time he played against the Bulls, he's got 15 points. Let's keep that in mind. Flyers have won finals and won. They're playing this afternoon actually against Colorado. Good team, but the Flyers should be. It's an upsetting game now. That's it. Right, bud? I know that. Come over here, bud, before I leave and say goodbye to you. Here he comes. There's our little buddy. This is my friend. Adopted him from Alabama 10 years ago. We've been friends ever since. Found out right after I adopted him that if Daddy didn't come along and find him when we met, they would have put this little back just before I feel ready. Isn't that simple? But Daddy came to the rescue. They were down to the rescue. They were down to the rescue. He's been a great guy. It saddens me that someone abused him in Alabama. He came up to me with broken. That is what they were abusing it. Right, sweetie pie. He and I have been buddies. You know what? A lot of people say I've said just both. Nah, he stayed by us. He came around just when I did campaign. He is a friend. We've been friends ever since. We've been talking, right? And he's a great guy. All right. So I'll see you all Monday. We'll talk about the playoff games. By then, maybe we'll have some news on the Eagles. I'm still looking forward to some spring and West Phillies. We will be down in Clearwater, we know it. And who knows what else we'll talk about, right? That's it. I want to say to you, everybody take care of Stacy for this program. And I'll see you on Monday. Y'all come back now. Yeah. See you.